Yeah, so kind of so that since you know that, kind of break it down for us. What's the difference between an engineer and a producer?
The engineer typically tries to fulfill the sonic qualities and like the sonic goals of what the producer wants out of the song.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, make sure it's mixed and sounds good. And I
Right.
think the producer really works more with the artist in the sense that they're trying to help them elevate their song
Mm-hmm.
and help it either reach a broader audience or like tap into like a deeper creative mindset with it.
Yeah. So they kind of like they're like the director in a sense. I guess you
Yeah.
could say they direct the record. Yeah. You're going through college and what's like I mean, what do you I'm trying to remember when I first got to school, I was like, I guess I didn't really know too much about like exactly what I was getting into, but I knew that it was like I wanted to do music and I wanted to be in this program. And but like I really just thought I guess from my sense I was going to be like a producer, which I
Hmm.
still am, but like what did you think you were going to be? Like coming what was your vision?
I well, due to the audio stuff that I did at YPass, I was getting into recording stuff at home, and I really liked, recording me playing guitar and then like adding stuff over top of it. I was like,
Yeah.
I want to do something like this, but like obviously with the band or with an artist.
Yeah.
And, I was really into mixing too because I was like I could add whatever I wanted in the program. I could add any type of drums,
Mhm.
and I was like, okay, well, it's all in here, but it sounds like garbage. So how do I fix that? And then you look up like, how do I make my drums sound good, or like just
Yeah.
stuff like
Totally, yeah. Well, I say so you're mostly focused on like bands and recording like bands in arrangements and stuff like that.
that. Well, I kind of like both. Recording bands is easier because they're putting out a lot of the musical ideas, and
Yeah.
you can, as a producer, you can help guide them
Mhm.
to be more creative or like think of it in a different way. Whereas if you're working with an artist like one on one or like a singer songwriter, you're
Yeah.
both kind of writing the song and
Right.
building it from scratch.
Yeah.
So I think they're both really fun.
Definitely.
Both have their own challenges, especially with the band. You're like trying to speak to a group of people who probably all think differently than you. Yeah, I am living at the Temple Recording Studio here in
Nice.
Murfreesboro,
Yeah.
and we have such a great time. Man, wish the camera was back on so I can kind of show you all around.
What's wrong with your camera? Can you not see me? Oh. You can get up and show us around if you want. I mean, it'd be
Oh, so you can still see what I'm doing. Okay.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
All right, sick. Yeah, I can't see you, but I'll show you around the studio. So
Okay.
you know, this is like our control room. We're planning on. I mean, we're always trying to upgrade stuff and like make it better. Got some nice rack gear for recording and whatnot.
Nice little
All of this
mixer.
kind of works like a split console. It's two separate like mixers.
Mhm.
Like this is we track into this. It goes to the tape machine, and this would be like our monitor path console.
Okay. Yeah, so that's like that reminds me of the duality in Studio B. You had the monitor path and the um, recording
Yeah, that's
path.
kind of what we were going.
That wow, that
We have direct outs going to our preamps and whatnot, and well,
now
the routing's crazy. I'm not going to get
wait,
into that.
yeah, no. What? Well, go back to that tape machine. Where did you all get that?
Oh, so we found this through Bird Finds, which I was telling you about earlier. Bird Finds is he runs an Instagram page by that name, and he just consigns used gear that he finds. Typically, they're really good deals. Like there was an 1176 going for like $500 or something, which is like a two
Damn.
thousand compressor, and yeah, it's ridiculous. We got this probably for like $600, and we it's probably more like $800 because we had to repair it. It wasn't functioning when we got it, but it's actually got a new problem now, which is we need to fix. But everything's working on it for the most part.
That's dope. Seriously, that's
Yeah,
really cool. Y'all got the patch bay and everything.
Yeah, we try to be as efficient as possible. So anytime we need to reroute something, we can do it with ease.
Definitely.
And we also have like Steph likes to use pedals when like to add effects and like use reverbs and stuff. So we have where you can pick up the pedal boards or different pieces of gear if it's not in the rack. But
Definitely.
in here is our tracking space. Got CP70. This piano's awesome. Got a good old Yamaha drum kit that's mic'd up. We're actually trying to record a Christmas song. We thought it would be a fun idea to make a Christmas song.
Is that kick drum mic'd up with a speaker?
Yeah, we got this for like $30, and this is one of John's toys. So this is like a scientific. This is like used in a laboratory, and what it is like a filter. So he's like got this plugged in. It's filtering everything out except for the sub, and then we have a 4033 on the kick, and it sounds really meaty when you blend them together.
That's interesting. You're recording into the speaker, right? Because the speaker's a transducer. You just reverse the
Yeah,
yeah.
you just reverse the wiring, and then it acts like a microphone
Yeah.
instead of the.
Yeah. I remember learning that and I was like, that's amazing. Didn't know that could be done.
Yeah, we have a couple like old telephones that we rewired to do the same thing. So we have like a couple of telephone microphones.
That's super
And we got
cool.
plenty of amplifiers, different textures. We got this beautiful Whirl Richter, which sounds really warm and beautiful when it's running through an amp. Good old upright piano. We got this Leslie organ, and we have a Leslie speaker.
Hmm.
Get some nice gospel-y sounds out of this thing.
Oh hell yeah! When I had my internship here in Louisville at you familiar with Downtown Recording?
Yeah, I've heard of them before.
I was interning there before COVID after I graduated, and he was repairing an organ. I can't remember if he was repairing the Leslie, but he had a Leslie and a Leslie speaker, right? But he might have been repairing a B3, something like that. But super cool,
Oh,
dude.
that's the organ. I meant that's like a Hammond organ. That is not.
Oh, okay.
I messed up my words.
Well, yeah. So it sounds like y'all got the works, and y'all getting some clients. You getting some business?
Yeah, we just finished recording a little EP with a friend of ours. Her name's Kate Rose, and that whole EP is based around like Greek mythology, and it's really cool. It's kind of bulky, and it's got like some like really cool guitar arrangements and stuff like
Cool. When's it come out?
that. She said it should be out within the next couple weeks, but
What's the EP called?
I actually don't know.
And
Ableton's honestly the easiest. I picked really fast. Like
yeah,
I don't know, it just kind of clicked the way that program works.
right. Yeah, it's definitely Ableton's definitely the way to go. I think a lot of people use Logic too, But so, what do you guys mostly? You guys are recording into Pro Tools off the mixers into Pro Tools.
Yeah,
Okay.
we use for the most part, and I have like the Arturia sense on Ableton, so if we need to like do that, we can go record it real fast and then
Hmm.
throw it back in Pro Tools.
Huh. You guys recording MIDI, like actual MIDI into Pro Tools?
No, we really don't like recording MIDI into Pro Tools. We'd much rather use Ableton.
Really?
Yeah, it's. I mean, I just don't really like the UI that Pro Tools has for like their piano roll and like editing MIDI stuff.
Yeah.
I think Ableton is just way faster. You have a lot more options.
Right.
Like Max for Live, you can use a lot of those plugins to get really interesting.
Yeah, Ableton's stock plugins are crazy.
Yeah,
You might as well. Yeah. And then you got y'all subscribe to that Slate Digital bundle, right?
yeah, that's what I use
Yeah, me too.
for mixing a lot of things. I really
Yeah.
like.
There's a lot of good stuff in there.
Yeah, and they have the. I don't know if yours came with the kilohertz
Yeah,
plugins.
I updated it recently, and they put the gate in the VMR, the virtual mix rack, the
Mm.
purple thing, and then the Anna 2 synth, which is literally like Serum, but just like maybe just like not maybe missing a few things as Serum is. But the Anna synth is dope. I use that a lot.
Yeah, it's really sick. I like the grain synthesizers are
Yeah, and you can mix the different samples in with the. Uh, I think me and you had talked about this before in the audio building. I ran into you once, and because I knew that you use the Slate Digital bundle. I think I'd seen it on your Snapchat, and we started
mm.
talking about the Anna synth. That's super dope. If for only
Well, I think
15,
the cool reason I bought that was because of you, because you had it on like your Snapchat story, and I was like,
oh
are those
yeah,
plugins worth it? And you
yeah,
were
yeah,
like, totally, dude. And then I
yeah.
like bought
Well, it's
it.
15 a month, and everything that new that they get in, you get just downloaded.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
that's literally it's so worth it. And I use those plugins every day, especially that SSL EQ and that
Oh yeah, dude.
those 1176 emulations and you know.
I love the distressor. I
Oh
almost want
oh
to buy.
yeah, that was the other one. The other one that's my kick bus right there for sure.
Mhm.
When I was the coolest thing there in March one time there was they had a session at Sound Emporium, and I had to get a microphone from, Professor Hill, John Hill at
Yeah,
MT. Him and Reed own this super, super special microphone. And I had to, if Reed told me if I could get it from Professor Hill, then he'd let me come to this tracking session. So I did. And so they were tracking Eric Pasley in the A room at Sound Emporium. And while we were there doing that, I mean, I was just taking it all in, standing back, just helping out. And this guy comes in the room, and he comes in and borrows a guitar, and then he leaves. And then Reed was like, "Hey, Eric, you need to get Justin to sing on your record." And he was like, "Then your manager will freak out." And they started laughing, and I didn't think anything of it. But then I started thinking, I was like, that dude kind of looked like Bon Iver, Justin Vernon, and
holy.
I asked because I saw him walk out and leave, and I asked Eric when they were just hanging around. I was like, yo man, did you just say that was Justin Vernon? And he was like, no, I didn't say that. But dude, lo and behold, it was him. He was in the studio across the hall. I never thought I'd see him in Nashville, but like, and dude, it was him. They were outside, chilling, smoking weed, and producing in the room next door, man. And it was amazing. And not only that, dude. When I was in the room with Eric and all the musicians, there's like a lounge area, and they would all sit out, and Eric would get his guitar and just sing and play, and that
Mm.
was like, and they would chart out the music, but everybody was just listening to him, and that was like literally some of the most beautiful music I'd ever heard. I'm serious. Like it was just him and his guitar, and I was like, dang man, this is amazing. And
Dude, I understand. Like, I'm not. I don't listen to country music a whole lot, like on
right,
my own.
yeah,
But
exactly,
I was at the studio and I'm listening to them like
right.
perform this
Oh
live,
yeah.
and it's like, this is awesome.
No,
Like,
literally, there's not a better feeling. Like it was
yeah,
literally amazing. So that was probably my biggest experience interning for Reed. Is super nice guy, all about his business. He knows what he's doing. Everybody knows Reed, and then they had a party there at the studio in Berry Hill for NAMM in like July of 2019. So I got to help set up for that, and that was a lot of fun. And I got to meet Chris Athens, who is
oh
uh,
hell yeah.
Drake's mastering engineer, and I mean he's done a lot of Kanye's stuff, and he had hella stories about Drake and Kanye and Mike Dean and Anthony Kilhofer, who I was talking about. So that was really cool to meet
You got to
him.
go to the party.
Yeah, no, all the interns we had to set up for it, and then we got to be at the party, so that was cool.
That's
And
awesome.
yeah, no, it was super dope. There was a lot of important people there, like Chris, and it was funny. There was like they had like a bar. People bring like some company, and they had a big tent outside, and there was a bar, and I was waiting in line, and the whole night, Pete told me, he was like, "Yeah, Chris Athens will be there," and I was like, "Oh man, I gotta meet him." And we were in line at the bar, and I was just like, I was like, I gotta meet somebody. So I just said, hey man, what's up? What's your name? And he was like, I'm Chris. And I was like, oh my god. I was like, are you Chris Athens? And he was like, yeah, yeah. And I was like, dude, I've been looking for you all night. So that was super cool. I got a picture with him, but that was, moments like that for sure was just like, you just fill you with like so much like, wow, this is amazing.
No, it's crazy. Like when you meet, famous artists or famous engineers or whoever,
Yeah.
they're just people.
Yeah. No.
They're not.
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
always put them on a pedestal because they're really well known. But then when you talk
Absolutely.
to them, just conversation flows, and they're another human just like you or I. So it's pretty amazing.
Yeah. No. Definitely. Super fun summer. That was. I was there. I would go to the studio like Monday, Wednesday, Friday because they had like 4 or 5 interns, and
Mhm.
but I should have gone every day. Now,
Yeah.
now, now that I
No,
think
I would
about it,
always to be at the studio. They would be like, um, they would have like a day off, and then I would hit them up and be like, "Oh, we can't." They're like, "We're not working today." And I'd be like, "Damn!" Like I want to come in.
I know. I swear. And they don't. They don't. The thing like they don't work on the weekends, and that's the thing I like about Nashville. One thing that I like is it's like very respectful of just
Yeah,
like
they're really
the
respectful of.
business hours. It's really like literally like 9 to 5 in Nashville, and like LA is like 9 to 9 or like even
Yeah,
and there's no like it's just like
it's
I
kind of
like
until you're done.
right exactly, which is and there's nothing wrong with that. If you want to get good at it, that's how you got to do it. But if you want to be well known, but still I like that Nashville kind of has those like regular business hours. It's
Yeah.
nice. Well, Josh, that's pretty much all I've got for you today, man. I appreciate you coming on. Do you have any last words? Anything to throw in to add? Oh, where can we? Do y'all have an Instagram page for your for the Temple recording?
Yes, sir. It is
What's
Temple Recording Studio at the Temple Recording Studio.
Temple Recording Studio? Y'all be sure to follow this Temple Recording. Yeah, I got it here. Yeah, I'm about to follow y'all. Super dope. Y'all got, who's this violin player in there?
This is Louisa.
Louisa.
Yep, Louisa Marion, I believe is her last name. She's really, really good. She also does songwriting, and I believe she's a music business major. Um,
Cool. Dude, absolutely. So yeah, we y'all guys follow Temple Recording Studio, and also what's your Instagram, Josh? Joshua something.
yeah, it's just Josh U Brown, so it's JOSHUU underscore, and then
Okay,
Brown with two.
I just had yeah, there we go. Yeah, so Josh, yeah, follow him. Check in on the Temple Recording Studio. What's going on? I'm definitely gonna come check y'all out for sure.